Wonderful, thank you. Okay, good evening, everybody. I will call this evening's February 12th, 2026 Historical Architectural Review Board meeting to order. Roll call.
Catherine Carney, historian.
Bill Lesniak, Architectural Heritage Association.
Jody Lacoe, architect.
Vito Scicozzo, architectural historian.
John Finnerty, solicitor.
And I'm Katie Gilmartin, member at large, filling in as chairman this evening. Okay. Our first application is 528 Lackawanna Avenue. Do we have representatives here? Okay. We can look through our packets here. Does anybody have any questions?
This is a sign.
This is the one that appears to be an additional banner of the same sign? Is that,
Yeah.
am I interpreting that correctly? Just getting another one. Anybody have any comments?
Well, my only question is, based on the picture of where the sign is next door, my only concern is they're two different signs. Is it the same company doing the same? I don't know. That would be my question.
Looks like it's the same company,
But it's-
different signs.
Yeah.
It doesn't have the additional name. Would we like a motion to table or to consider the application if both signs match?
What do you think?
It doesn't bother
I was
me.
just saying, I'm okay with it. I just wanted to point out that they're different.
Yeah, it doesn't.
I'll make a motion to accept the sign as the pictures that we have here are, with no changes.
I'll second.
On the question?
All in favor?
Thank you.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, application is approved.
We should have gone over that, huh? To vote for new members.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry.
I'm like, they don't know what to do yet.
I forget that not everyone spent the last 7 years of their
day.
lives doing this.
How did I lose my, there it is.
We're moving on to number 2, 148 Adams Avenue, another sign application. Do we, Bobby? Yes, please, come up and introduce yourself. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Bobby Lynett. I am the owner of Widmer Sign Company, which will be performing the work at the location that we'll be discussing now.
Does anybody have any questions, or do you just want an overview?
Yeah, if you want to just give us a quick, what
Sure.
you're planning to do, that would be great.
So the law firm they were renting downtown. They have purchased the building one block up from them. It was law offices, will continue to be law offices. They'll occupy the first floor, second floor. There's tenants along the Biden Street location that'll be staying in place. They're going to just identify their law office outside of their entrance on the corner with a protruding arm sign, and then 3 banner locations along Biden Street. They are not yet certain which banner art they wanted to go with, so they asked if I would submit all 3, which is the last page.
I like design number 2.
Their other question, if they decided to go with option 1 and then 2 years later wanted to switch out and go with option 2 banner, you know, would they be allowed to do that, or would they have to come back in front of the board, which I wasn't sure, but, so we just put the three options that they're weighing for their banners.
So the second floor banners, how they're being hung is different from the one that's going to be on the corner, correct?
Correct, yeah. The three banners along Biden Street would be attached by two bars, top and bottom, with a tightening mechanism, aluminum bars, and they'll be mesh, so one-sided mesh, so wind could blow essentially through them. The protruding sign on the corner, again, it's a challenging location for them, and they're both one-way streets, and they want to get as much traffic as they can. So the protruding sign on the corner was one with a decorative arm, and then the chains that would hold the sign that would go beneath, both high enough that they couldn't really be reached by even anybody jumping, I'll say.
The only recommendation I would make is that they choose this sign because it matches the one that's going to be on the corner.
Okay.
Just for continuity for the street. Are any of the signs, so this one that's going right on the building?
Yep.
That's just going face onto the building, or is that going to be lit up?
That will be lit. It'll be channel letters mounted to the building, and they will be illuminated, interior illuminated,
Okay.
white.
Oh, I'm sorry. It says it right there.
So that's fine.
The next page is a simulated night.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So page
Oh.
one is day view, and page two is night view.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Any other comments, questions? Making a motion with including a recommendation?
Yes. So I'll make a motion to accept as the application is written. The only thing I would say is this, it says two, but it's the third option
Option
here.
three, right.
I understand. We've all done it. I was trying not to point it
I
out.
noticed that. Sorry about that.
This matches the sign that you're doing on the corner.
It does, yes.
So that's the one I would recommend going with to keep that continuity.
I would second that motion.
On the question? All in favor?
Aye.
Any
So
opposed?
just, I'm sorry, so just for clarification, so one and two one and two, for the first two are not approved?
No, they can.
Okay.
My
Recommended.
recommendation is that it would look better.
Which is included in your motion.
Yes,
so
that
it's
is
the
included, so that is a
of
recommendation
the
that we would prefer.
Great. Thank you. Sorry.
board. Bobby, did I hear you ask if they settle on one of these three and then change it later, do they need to come back?
Exactly, so that'd be the question. If they
Okay.
wanted to switch out in year 2 or 3 to one of the other options, would they be able to do that? Or do they have
Right.
to come back, would we come back for harm?
I think they would have to come back,
Technically, they
correct?
would have to come back.
Fair enough. I'll let them know.
Thank you.
Sure.
I'm sorry, that question went in my head, and I didn't answer it in real time. Thank you. Moving on to 324 North Washington Avenue, demolition application.
Hi, Charlie Bright with LR Costanzo. We're the contractor doing the work for Fidelity Bank at this project. So I responded to an email I got from Don King with information. I believe he sent that off to you.
Yes.
I don't know if you want me to go through all the individual points or if there's any specific questions.
I think a broad overview would be helpful, and then if we have specific questions.
So the broad overview right now is that they have purchased the Mattis building next door here, next door to Abe's, and they're going to demolish that with the future intention of extending their parking lot. That design is not yet complete yet, so that's why a lot of the questions that were asked for The information that was provided is just general in nature at this point, concepts, because final design of the parking lot is not yet completed. So basically, when the Mattis building is demolished, it would leave a parting wall between Abe's Deli and Mattis that would be finished with a drive-it type finish. Talking to the architect, they would either match the color of the current Fidelity building or one of the lighter tones in the stone in Abe's building, so like a tan beigeish type color to finish that wall off. And then eventually, once we complete the design, you know, there may be some retaining walls. The type of wall has not been yet finalized. I know the drawings you have show concrete walls, but there are also options for gravity walls and potentially another option for landscape walls, depending on what the final elevation of the parking lot turns into. I know we're working in conjunction, there's the streetscape project coming up along Washington there, and it seems, if things work out, it'll be the same contractor doing work for us and for the city, so that, you know, it would be a coordinated effort with, you know, replacing some of those piers and the fencing along the front there.
Thank you. Anybody have any questions?
So my first question is for John. We cannot approve a parking lot that we don't have a design for, correct?
Well, I don't think that's,
That would be.
We're not, that's not what.
That's
we're
not
Okay,
what-
so
All
so
we're
right now you're
asking
asking
is
for
to
the
be able to
demo?
demolish the Mattis
yeah,
building
that's
now
not,
while we finish the design,
Okay,
and then we would come back, hopefully in March, with the rest of the finalized design. So realistically, all we're asking for is to demolish the Mattis building at this time.
and they're not considering keeping the building at all?
No, not at all.
Would there be an option to take partial of the building off the
No.
back?
No,
Because
the
it's
building's
such,
in disrepair, it's not worth anything to the
it's such a
the
big
customer.
opening in the downtown. You know?
Yeah, I think it would just be hard to
I mean,
lose.
George, I have the representative from the facilities manager from Fidelity here. He could probably
Please
speak
come up,
more
yeah.
on their intent and plans. But I don't think they have any potential use for that building itself.
No, at this time, we wouldn't have any use for the building. Obviously, you know, the remodel of the 8-story Electricity building will house all of our headquarters buildings and all our staff, so we won't need, you know, an additional building to take care of. Something to mention too, that the Mattis building is condemned and would cost quite a bit of money to fix. And really, I think the space between Abe's and our parking lot that Mattis building takes up is about 16 feet or so. So it may look like on paper a large opening, but in reality, you're only looking at about 16 feet of width that we would be taking off of Washington.
But I mean, at that point, it does make it half the block that doesn't have any storefronts on that side. So I mean, 16 feet to you might not seem like a
Right.
lot, but when you're walking the downtown, it definitely becomes more of a,
Did I hear you correctly, that the building is condemned?
It is condemned
Okay,
currently, yes.
because I don't think that's noted in the justification for demolition, correct?
I didn't see it.
Okay. Any other questions, points?
I guess a clarification for other members of the board. I had reached out to discuss this with Michael Mueller previously. He couldn't be here this evening, and he had reached out to the Linden Street parking garage across the street, since one of the reasons for demolition is to be a parking lot for parking spaces. And the Linden Street garage has approximately 350 vacancies monthly. So the plans look like they show approximately 15 parking spaces created by this demolition when there's already vacancies adjacent.
Thank you.
And am I correct that a new parking lot in the downtown would require a zoning variance? Is that accurate?
No, not if if it's just a parking lot for the public, like if I bought a building and want to tear it down just so I could rent out parking spaces, that needs a variance, but a parking lot associated with a business does not.
Okay.
Would the parking be exclusive to your employees, or would you rent
Yes.
any of those spaces in your surface parking lot?
No, it would be exclusive to our employees, and it would be gated as well.
Do you have something else?
No, I just said, so I'm not going to make a motion to approve tearing down the building. But what do you all think?
I would only be voting if there were a tie this
I
evening, so
understand.
I'm gonna.
Yeah. Get the comments tonight. So I don't want to see a storefront. I understand what you're saying, that the building is condemned, which we didn't know. I would like to see more information about that, the building being condemned, and before I would feel comfortable, well, if I would ever feel comfortable, approving a demolition. So for me, I'm going to make a motion to deny the application because I think that the importance of having storefronts in the downtown and that visual walkability and welcomingness on that block is so important. Feel free to add or...
I would second that motion, especially given that we haven't provided sufficient evidence to see the deterioration of the building.
So then would the recommendation be for us to then to put up or erect a storefront at that point? I mean, we own the building, we own the property. What would we do with it?
I mean, you would have.
I mean, I would just leave it unoccupied until the building fell down. I mean, I don't know what else,
that's a shame.
what else would we do with it?
Thanks for telling us.
I would think that might be a marketable property on North Washington Avenue.
Yeah, no, I mean, of course, we've worked with the, National Park Service, we've done everything as far as historically accurate inside the building, and we certainly don't want that to happen, but I don't know if I would tear it down to build a storefront to then lease it to someone to sell something at, whether it be a restaurant or a clothing shop or whatever. I mean, at that point, we would, you'd probably, I just don't know what we would do with the property at that point. It's condemned. Who would buy it? Who would want to? There's no parking. There's very little access other than, just on Washington Ave, so it's
Have you-
a question.
Tried marketing the property as is?
Have we tried on? No, we have not. Not yet.
No, but it was, because it was purchased with the intent to
Well, yeah,
service
obviously.
the Scranton
Yeah.
Electric building.
Yeah. We had no intent to make a storefront out of it.
We do have a motion on the floor. So if there aren't any other comments, I think we should probably vote on it.
I would have one other comment, that without the visuals of what the design would be and how that new streetscape would contribute to the streetscape of Washington, it's difficult to condone tearing down a building. We have so many surface parking lots in Scranton that it's detrimental to both environmentally and the experience of the city. So that's why it's really difficult to approve tearing down a building for another surface parking lot, unless there's something about that streetscape, like you had mentioned, the design of that would enhance the experience of the city.
Anything else?
Did you bring those plans or
I brought a set of
no? Like the picture that Michelle drew?
yeah, they were provided the picture.
Oh, they were, okay.
Yeah.
As you may see there, you have some fencing and some posts there. That's kind of what we were gonna carry through in that space. Again, we haven't decided on the final version yet. We thought that lights on top of those columns would also look nice for, again, walkability and for being downtown for safety. We would provide those lights to eliminate that sidewalk for every evening. But that's kind of where our head space was, just so you understand what we were looking to do. It wouldn't just be an empty, well, it would be an empty space behind the fence, but we were gonna have something up against there, so you keep people out, obviously keep people from walking down there, and then to beautify the space, we wouldn't just leave it open.
Need to do the microphone. Were you considering any landscaping with that parking lot?
With the parking lot and the maximization of parking spaces, there's not much space for, it looks bigger than it is sometimes. A lot of people think that you go back there, if you look at it on paper, it looks huge. When you go back there, it's very, very small. As far as the parking lot is concerned, it only has approximately 32, I think, spaces in it for employees only, so it's small in that instance. So there isn't much room for landscaping or anything like that. We just don't have the opportunity to do that. You know, if there was, we obviously would, but we just don't have the opportunity to, that I can say.
Anything else? All in favor of the motion to deny?
Aye.
Any opposed? Your application is denied. Thank you.
Okay, so the next step would be to come in with the parking lot plans and the demolition combined to the board, correct?
Or is the board saying you would allow demolition in any case?
Right, we've denied the demolition of the property.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Before we move on, I have two questions. I would benefit from a further clarification on the zoning around parking lots. I mean, you explained that very clearly, quickly, but I didn't know there was a distinction between the two. So, I mean, if we can be pointed to the area of the zoning ordinance that defines that or have that included in an upcoming packet, that would be very helpful.
Sure.
And also, John, this may be more a question for you, perhaps Don as well, but the issue, and I don't want to tie it only to this application and single this process out, but we've come up against the issue of the condition of the property and in other instances as well, which is why I don't want to conflate it with only this conversation. What information can we require about that? That's a point that many of us raised this evening, and I also don't want the focus to shift as this, if this moves through different processes, as we've run into that issue before. I know that we will convey our position through a letter to council.
Correct.
But around that issue of the condition of the building being a factor but not the driving force between a request for any demolition.
Well, I mean, just because the building is condemned doesn't mean it needs to be demolished. Certainly, with an application, it's reasonable if there's a condemnation order that should be part of the packet that's submitted with the application, so the board has an opportunity to consider that, as opposed to just somebody getting up at the podium and saying, hey, the building's condemned. Well, let's see the documentation on that. So that should really be part of the application, sure.
Would that require a change to the application or the legislation, or simply be something we have the right to request?
No, I don't think the ordinance needs to be modified. I mean, I can't remember what the application says, but I think it's pretty all-encompassing. Who's ever taking the application and reviewing it, I mean, that when a demolition, that should set off a light bulb in somebody's head, hey, is this building condemned, or what's the problem? Why is it being knocked down? What documentation do we have? I mean, somebody should be doing that, and that information and documentation should come into the city before we get here at a meeting where we're going to consider it.
Okay, thank you.
On the city's end, when we do demolitions, we have to get approval from the State Historic Preservation Officer. So usually in those packets, they require a finding from our engineer that the building is beyond the point of rehabilitation.
Okay.
That's their cutoff.
Thank you. Okay. Moving on, number 4, 401, 409 Lackawanna Avenue, window signs.
Bobby's back.
Was worth your time to come tonight. Very nice.
Bobby Linett with Winmer Sign Company. So Matt Perry is also with me. Matt is one of the owners of the business that is going to be moving into the Oppenheim building, which is where we are talking about on the corner of Wyoming and Lackawanna. The nature of the Oppenheim building asks that no exterior signage be put up, so they're just going to utilize the windows. The nature of the business has it that the windows along Lackawanna Avenue really have, it's a golf simulator setup, so that area of the building, the inside of the building wouldn't be conducive for folks to look in. They wouldn't be looking at much but the back. So there's going to be vinyl coverage on those 3 windows, which you'll see, and Matt will talk about the options. And then on the entrance side, you can see the options, which would allow for folks to see into the inside.
So as far as the options and the window concepts, and I have Matt Perry, one of the owners of 700.
I think he's saying the microphone. Yep.
I
thank you.
apologize. That's okay. It's my first time. So I am one of the owners of 700 LLC. It's a golf simulator bar and restaurant. We have 3 golf simulators that are going in along Lackawanna Avenue. They actually already are in, and we're up and running. So I attached our options for the window vinyl to the application. There's 7 options. We haven't made up our mind yet as to what option we are going to go with. We're working with a company called Posture on the design. It's either going to be option 1, option 2, or some variation of options 4 and 5. So I would ask that all of those options be approved so that we could use one of those options or something substantially similar to those.
So 3, 6, and 7, you're really not considering any longer?
That's correct. 3, 6, and 7 are not. That's correct.
Okay, thank you. Questions, thoughts, recommendations?
I would have liked to see these in color.
If I could approach, I have them in color.
Wonderful, thank you.
We are not judges.
Yes.
Oh, that is very different then.
Yeah.
So, wait, it's 2 hours.
1, 2, 4, and 5.
1, 2, 1 and 2 are still options, and then some combination of 4 and 5. That color makes a big difference.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
thought they were white and gray.
For some reason, that didn't register in
Never
my mind
crossed my
either.
mind
That's,
that they'd be
I know,
I
that
would've
was
been shocked
foolish, I'm
driving
sorry.
along Lackawanna Avenue.
Thank you. I agree.
The colors are just too much going on.
So we-
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you mentioned that the golf simulator is behind these windows
That's correct.
and that there's no need to look into the windows?
It wouldn't be that there's no need to look into the windows.
There's not a, is it not
So it's not, it wouldn't be.
presentable from the outside?
That's correct. It's, all you can see is studs and sheetrock essentially right now, so that's why we need the coverings. It also helps with light, you know, the golf simulators. It's better to have less light in the area of the golf simulator, so that's helpful with that as well.
It wouldn't be attractive for passerbys to just see the backs of
Yeah, I
screens.
agree that the signage will help in that situation. However, to contribute to the street experience, covering up windows on Lackawanna Avenue is not ideal because it creates essentially a blank facade, right? There's no vision from inside of the space to the outside or the outside to the inside. And so it's much like having an opaque material there then. And it is a detriment to the experience of the street then. However, I understand that bare studs are also a detriment to that.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's the layout that they have to work with.
And this is essentially not a permanent alteration. I
It
mean,
is, it's not, it's, you could take it, it's peelable vinyl, I mean,
Are you talking about the vinyl on the windows?
Yes.
Yes, that could be removed.
So,
Correct.
Can we take option 2 off of your list? It seems to be,
if you can't.
It
yeah,
seems to be the
If that's the
most-
consensus, that's fine, sure.
it just seems, yeah, it doesn't seem to
It could be a little too loud, yeah.
too
sure.
loud, the
Yeah,
color.
yeah,
But the other option, I mean, they're fine, the ones that you,
okay.
I think.
I feel like the others have a little more depth, which kind of mitigates some of those issues slightly. Yeah.
And I see what you're trying to do with the people in the background.
Yeah.
You can see them even in the black and white a little bit.
So do we have a motion?
I guess I'll make a motion to approve with the recommendation to not use option number 2.
So just so we clarify, we are approving you to use 1, 4, or 5 from your
Understood.
list. None of the
Understood.
other ones that you had already taken out.
Understood.
Okay. I'll second that.
Thank you. On the question? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you.
Thank you. It's a great idea.
Yes, congratulations.
I went to one of those in Philly, very fun.
Yeah?
Yes, like now I don't have to go all the way there.
414 Biden Street.
Good evening, Danny Dzerlik, owner of the 414 Biden Street. We are replacing the sign, changing the name of the business. The sign will be an existing place.
So just to clarify, it's reusing the existing bracket and mounting, it's just changing the sign that's...
That's correct, yes.
The brackets there. Oh, okay. There's not a bracket there.
No. So where, I'm sorry, I'm looking on
It's okay.
Google at the picture of the building. Where on the building is this sign going?
It should be a picture there with, it's right in the same place. It's just taking the old one and getting the new one there.
This is on the second floor, correct?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. I'm sorry. Oh, where? Okay. Thank you.
Not a problem.
So where the tequila sign is.
Any comments or questions?
Nope.
I'll make a motion to approve as submitted.
I will second.
On the question?
Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Good
you.
luck. And finally, 434 Lackawanna Avenue.
Bob,
We'll need you to introduce yourself.
For the record, again, Bobby Linett.
Hi, my name is Jeff Costanzo. I'm one of the owners of Goodness Bowls, which is a franchise cafe that we've bought into, and we intend to open on the corner of Lackawanna and North Washington. Thank you.
And full disclosure, Jeff and I went to high school together. It's wonderful to see you. Hi.
It is Scranton.
Yeah.
That, yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
And by the way, if I'm correct, there are no options that we're considering. This is what we're going with.
This is it?
Yeah.
We can't tell you to get rid of two. I'm looking. Oh, it's next to headers. So there's no sign there now. So where it says Goodness Bowl, what kind of signage is that going to be, the one on the actual building?
So the one on the front above the entrance and then around the corner above the windows, those are going to be channel letters, illuminated, interior illuminated. We will need to use a raceway, particularly because of on the side, there is that bump out, the two bump outs. So we'll have to do a raceway there in order for the letters to line up. But we'll paint it the color of the building so it blends in.
Okay.
Anyone have any questions, comments?
Oh, there's the.
Can I add that there is an option. They are hoping to put awnings over the windows next to the entrance, which might require a second visit for you all.
Yes, so that's not part of this application.
Correct.
If you do that, you'll come back. Yep. Thank you.
Sure.
Do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion to accept as presented.
I will second.
On the question? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Very good.
All right, good luck.
Application is approved.
Congratulations.
Good to see you.
And I am respectfully submitted for tonight.
You're excused. Okay. And I don't see any other business on our agenda this evening.
Have we had no minutes to,
We,
I don't think we did.
I don't think we got
think
minutes,
we
so
did,
I think
yeah.
we'll be
Okay.
dealing with that next month. And one final question, do we need to reorganize? I think when we appointed chair and vice chair and secretary last year, it was something we realized we were supposed to do annually.
You're correct.
So should that be going on the agenda for next month?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Does anybody have anything else for the good of the order?
Well, what about meeting minutes? We didn't have any minutes that were approved for November or December. We didn't have a meeting in January.
I would have the December minutes done. I had them almost, I thought I'd have them done for this meeting, but I just couldn't get to them. I'll go back and look at, was November, did you do it in this room? Do you remember, was it on?
I think we might have done it in the governor's room.
All right, I'll have to look and see if there's notes, or, I wasn't at that meeting, so I don't.
Okay.
Right.
But who, going forward, who's doing the minutes?
I guess for right now, I am.
Okay. Okay, just so
So
we,
we're confirming November's minutes. We will have December's,
You'll have December's, yeah,
Potentially.
I have them almost complete, yeah.
potentially this month's for next month's.
Yeah, they'll be on the agenda for next month, and I'll try and have this meeting's minutes done for that also.
Thank you.
And are you stuck with us now, or?
At least for the time being.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much, and I thank you for all your help with the information.
You're welcome.
Yes.
That's great. If there's nothing else, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
I will make the motion to adjourn.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much.